If you enjoy these kinds of money saving tips videos, please hit the thumbs up button so I'll know. The last video got nearly 1,000 thumbs ups, which is amazing, and I will definitely continue doing these. I don't know how regularly, but I'll definitely continue doing them as and when I can. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my next installment of my money saving tips series. I know, it's been so long since I've done my last one. I think I only really did 2 videos, to be honest. And if I'm going to be upfront with you, it's not going to be a weekly thing from now on. I would love if it was. It's just, it takes me a lot of time to plan, like look at all the notes that went into today's video, and to plan out the video, brainstorm, ask other people if they have any other tips to give me, just to bring you the best possible quality videos. So 2017, a lot of people have messaged me and left comments on those videos saying that my videos have inspired them to get their arse into gear and to try and get out of debt, or to save up, or to buy something big, and in order to do that they need to save and kind of cut costs in different places, and they're hoping my videos will help them, and I'm hoping that too. Now, why do I go to these measures? Am I just a tight or mean person? No, well, I don't think so. I prefer to spend my money on experiences, on holidays, you may know this, on trips, seeing the world, as opposed to buying expensive handbags to hang in my wardrobe for the rest of time. That is just my opinion. You may feel differently, you may prefer material things, but for me, I crave traveling, and I would travel 20 times in a year if I was physically and financially able to do so. So yeah, that is my motivation for saving money, because I'm thinking all the time, I want to go here, I want to go there. I actually have a list of places I want to go to. So while some people might think that I'm mean, it's not even that, it's just that I'm prioritizing my money. Do you know? Anyway, without further babbling, I've got all these notes to get through, so I better jump straight in. So today is going to be grocery saving tips video. When you're doing your grocery shopping, how to save money, where some people can go in and just buy blindly and spend a lot more money than they need to. Let's jump right in. Okay, my first tip would be to go grocery shopping as infrequently as you possibly can, because this will reduce the odds of buying a lot of crap. However, the flip side to that is you don't want there to be a lot of food waste either. So when you're buying fresh produce, I buy a lot of fresh produce. I kind of have to go shopping 2 to 3 times a week for that reason. Otherwise, I will be throwing out a lot of food that has gone off. My level of food waste is practically 0. I freak out if Dean doesn't use up a vegetable that he's bought. Like, I mightn't necessarily like it, but I would have used it. I don't know what it is. I think it's been ingrained in me since I was a kid. Food waste is not a good thing, and my food waste is practically 0. So I'm quite strategic in how I plan my groceries and my grocery trips. So try to go as infrequently as you can, but at the same time, don't go so infrequently that you're going to be throwing out a load of gone off food. Before you do go shopping, check what's in your cupboards and in your fridge. What stuff have you that's just about to go out of date? What do you have an abundance of? For example, if I look in my cupboard and I have a big thing of rice, okay, I'm going to have a rice heavy week that week. I'm going to have a lot of curries, chilies, stir fries, stuff like that, because I have a huge amount of rice in my stock. Same goes for frozen veg, same goes for pasta, stuff like that. So just check and see what you have a lot of, because you can use that as opposed to going and buying more. Okay, my next tip is to check the special offers of the supermarket or supermarkets that you're planning on visiting. Some of the websites aren't so great and some are really, really good. Check the supermarket's website and see what's on their special offers that week. For example, I know Aldi have a Super 6. They've one for meat and they've one for veg. Obviously, I look at the veg one, and say they have butternut squash, onions, and apples, and I don't know, 3 other random things on that week. I will make a note of what I like. I love butternut squash, and I will buy 4 or 5 of those butternut squashes and use that for a lot of different meals. I will see what's on offer before I make my meal plan for the week, basically. That transitions me into the next tip, meal plan for the week coming ahead. Now, I'm not saying that you have to stick really rigidly to every single meal, but have a rough idea of what you're going to have for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and what you're going to need for the week. Choosing your supermarket. This is completely up to you, your personal preference, where you like to shop, where you find your most comfortable shopping, and obviously your proximity to said supermarkets. Consider shopping in the likes of Aldi and Lidl. I find them really good for picking up certain staples, but there are certain things I don't buy in the budget shops. I would go to a Tesco or a Dunnes or a SuperValu, or yeah, that's all the other supermarkets I think we have. Make a list for your grocery shop that will do you until you next go for your next shop. Using your meal planning that you did earlier and your check of your stocks in your pantry, whatever you have already. Pantry, who do I think I am? Make a rough estimate how much you think it's going to cost. So say you estimated that it's going to cost approximately 38 to 42 euro. Bring 50 euro, or just bring that much and a little bit more with you to the shop, so you just have enough money and a little bit extra to cover that shopping. And I'm saying bring a little bit extra just in case it's a bit more expensive than you had estimated. Therefore, you're not going to go into the special section in Aldi and buy that drill. Stick to your list. This one is, this is an obvious one. Stick to your list where possible. Impulse shopping is a bit of a no-no. It's my downfall. It's probably your downfall as well. Stick to your list unless you specifically see something and think, oh my god, totally forgot we are out of cayenne pepper, then pick up the damn cayenne pepper. But impulse buys, bit of a no-no. Try and avoid it all if at all possible. If the option is available to you and it suits you, shop at multiple supermarkets to kind of get the best of all the different deals. For example, I would probably do the bulk of my shopping in Aldi probably, and then the remainder I quite like Tesco. I like to buy, for example, my washing detergent in Tesco, and some branded products like that I wouldn't like the alternative in Aldi. Experiment with own brand or store brand products. Often they are made in the same factory as the branded stuff and you don't know. Now that's not always the case. However, through trial and error you'll learn that, okay, yeah, the Tesco rice is basically the exact same as the branded rice. Consider discount shops when it comes to the likes of toothpaste, shampoo, body washes and stuff like that. The likes of Deals, Poundland, Eurocities. Also great for cleaning products. There are some amazing savings to be made there. However, the pitfall generally is, and I fall into it every single time, I go in for my 3 little things and I come out with a huge bag of stuff having spent 25 euro. That's not ideal either. We're gonna revert back to stick to your list. If you're shopping at the conventional supermarkets, like not Aldi or Lidl, so we're talking Tesco, Dunnes, SuperValu, keep an eye out for the strategies that psychologists and supermarket head offices have teamed up to work on to get you to buy certain products. For example, merchandisers will often put the most expensive items at around eye level or slightly above or below, and put the cheaper products down at the bottom or up at the top. Trust me, I used to be a merchandiser. I can confirm that this is actually the case. Keep an eye out for little tactics like that to get you to, without realising, subconsciously buy the most expensive product. Make your meals from scratch where possible. I know, no one wants to hear that. Consider skipping on the likes of, the pre-spiralized vegetables that you can see in the plastic tubs in supermarkets. Yeah, they're so handy, but you know what? You can buy yourself one of those spiralizer, like massive pencil sharpeners on eBay for like €1, and you can buy yourself courgettes and carrots and sweet potatoes and do it yourself. They are an absolute rip-off. Now look, if you're stuck, grab them, but I would say avoid them because they're making a massive markup on the likes of those, because people think it's just so handy, but it literally takes 2 seconds when you're at home to spiralize a vegetable. Use your store club cards. Okay, I used to laugh at my mommy for this because I thought it was so embarrassing, but honestly, collecting points, oh my god, it adds up so quickly. Every quarter I get mailings from a couple of supermarkets and they'll give me literally free money. Sometimes it can be as much as 20 or 25 euro. Amazing. And that can help with your shopping. Use your store cards for everything, even the likes of Holland and Barrett and stuff like that. I have a little keyring, it's in my car, and it's just one keyring and it has all my store cards on it. It has 15 or 16 store cards on it. Unbelievable, so handy, and just use it. As well as that, if you can buy your petrol or your diesel in Tesco, you get points on that as well. Little tip for you. Another obvious one everyone talks about, don't go shopping on an empty stomach, because you will buy all around you thinking, yeah, I'll eat that, yeah, I'll eat that, yeah, I'll eat that. I know for me personally, when I'm hungry, I literally do buy all around me and not vegetables. Something I've reiterated in another video, if you don't need it, it's not a bargain. And we're gonna delve a little bit into this for the grocery saving thing. If you have gotten coupons or vouchers in a newspaper or mailed out to you, if that's not something you need or would buy anyway, it's a waste of money. So if you get 50% off the old El Paso fajita kit, I don't know why that's the first thing that came to mind. You get a 50% off coupon and it's usually $2.50. If you usually buy the Tesco brand that's $1.20, why would you go and buy the more expensive one? Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't usually need it or want it, it's a waste of money. Also, while on the topic of vouchers, you know the way some supermarkets can send you out a €10 off a €50 spend coupon, or if you have spent €50 in a supermarket, they'll often give you the €10 off your next €50 spend. They are fantastic. However, what I hear a lot of people doing is they go in next time with this voucher in their hand, you're like, well, I have to spend €50 now, and they end up buying a load of crap that they don't need, they didn't want. What Dean and I actually do for the likes of that is, if we cannot get our shopping up to the €50 mark, we'll buy something we will 100% use. For example, razor blades. Expensive items that you will always use and you will always need, and you're not wasting your money. Those money off coupons, 10 off 50 and 20 off €100, they're a strategy to get you back into the supermarket, to get you buying a load of crap. I'm painting the supermarkets in a really bad light today, but it's us against them, lads. Don't automatically look at the end shelf in supermarkets and special offer signs, those big red and yellow signs, and don't take them for gospel. Sometimes they might suck you in and you're like, oh, it's half price. But yet if you actually check the other versions of that product, sometimes it can be gotten even cheaper. Do a quick sum in your head, or take out your phone and use your calculator to sum up exactly how much you're saving. Sometimes it's not that much of a saving at all. And my last one, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go full vegan on you all. People ask me all the time, is it not really, really expensive being vegan? And the answer is, OMG, no. Think about it. What is the most expensive part of your grocery shop, excluding cleaning products and cosmetics? It's the meat. The meat is the most expensive part of your food shop. I'm actually not saying this trying to poach you to be vegan or whatever, but if you just cut back on your meat a little bit, bulk up your meals with vegetables, your money's gonna go further. Simple as that. Okay, so that is all of the tips I could think of. If you have any others that you think are invaluable, definitely let us know in the comment section down below. We would love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.